The story commences with a truly awe-inspiring and perplexing event, the sudden arrival of an enormous alien spaceship above our planet. This colossal vessel doesn't make a complete landing but instead hovers ominously in the sky, suspended above the Earth. Naturally, the initial human reaction is one of profound terror. People immediately begin to speculate about a potential, terrible battle between humans and these unknown extraterrestrial visitors. There's a widespread fear that these aliens have come to Earth with the intention of occupying it. In a bid to defend themselves against this perceived threat, humans launch an attack on the alien spaceship. However, in a surprising turn of events, the aliens do not retaliate, they offer no resistance. Many days then pass, and the aliens remain utterly silent and unmoving within their ship. They neither emerge nor attempt to establish any form of contact with humanity. This massive, silent spaceship continues to hang in the air, specifically located over South Africa. Due to its presence, various countries and large corporations worldwide reach out to the South African government to discuss the pressing question of what should be done with these mysterious aliens. Everyone involved offers their own opinions and suggestions on the matter. It becomes clear that the aliens were not attacking or even attempting communication. It is eventually revealed that the aliens have actually traveled to Earth in search of a new home, as their own home planet is facing destruction. A tragic consequence of the initial human attack was the death of many alien leaders. The remaining aliens inside the ship are primarily younger individuals who are accustomed to working under the direction of their leaders. With no leaders left to guide them, they are effectively paralyzed and are not taking any action at all, which is precisely why they remained within their vessel. Following this, a large, influential company is introduced. This company is diligently collecting all possible information about the aliens. An officer from this company, who also happens to be a news reporter named Wickus, is featured in an interview. He announces that they will soon venture inside the alien spaceship. True to his word, an army team is then shown moving into the alien spaceship. Inside, they discover millions of aliens. To their surprise, they find these aliens to be weak and completely harmless. Scientists and the government begin to investigate the situation thoroughly. They quickly realize that if the spaceship is ever to return to space, it must first undergo significant repairs. A critical component, the spaceship's engine, was even lost or went missing during the earlier human attack. Efforts are made to locate this missing engine, but these attempts prove fruitless and useless. In response to this complex situation, the government makes a significant decision. The aliens will be allowed to reside on Earth until a time when they can eventually return to their own homes. The vacant area directly beneath where their spaceship had been suspended in the air is designated as their living space. This area is subsequently given the name, District 9. As the years pass, the aliens continue to live their lives on Earth within this designated district. Over time, District 9 * undergoes a notable transformation, evolving into an area predominantly inhabited by aliens. Generally, the aliens do not pose a threat or cause harm to humans. Because of this, some humans also come to live within District 9. However, these are not ordinary citizens, rather, they are goons, individuals involved in numerous illegal activities within the district. These goons operate under the direct orders of their leader. The leader's primary objective is to acquire the aliens' advanced weapons. To achieve this, he establishes a system where he provides food to the aliens in exchange for their weaponry. There is a significant obstacle, however. These sophisticated alien weapons are designed to function only when operated by an alien or by someone possessing alien DNA. A human, regardless of how much they desire to, cannot activate or use them. This frustrating limitation leads the goon leader to resort to a strange and grotesque practice. He begins to eat the meat of dead aliens. His bizarre reasoning is that by consuming their flesh, their DNA will somehow become incorporated into his own body, thereby enabling him to use the alien weapons. Predictably, this effort proves entirely useless. As life in District 9 continues, many aliens start venturing out into human-inhabited areas. They do this because they are unable to find sufficient food within District 9, but their entry into human zones is strictly prohibited. The presence and actions of the aliens spark significant concern among the human population. People begin to take to the streets, protesting against the aliens and demanding answers from the government. They question why the aliens are still present on Earth and why they haven't been deported back to where they came from. Even the company that has been meticulously gathering information about the aliens remains silent and offers no answers to these public queries. This silence is strategic, as the company is secretly exploiting the aliens for its own clandestine purposes. They are also conducting illegal experiments on these extraterrestrial beings. Their ultimate goal is to seize control of the alien weapons, believing that possession of such advanced technology will make them extraordinarily powerful in the world. In response to the growing public unrest and concern, the company eventually makes the decision that the aliens must be relocated. A new settlement will be established for them, which is to be named District 10. The head of the company outlines the plan for relocating the aliens to District 10 to his officers. He appoints his astute officer and reporter, Wickus, as the leader of this crucial mission. Subsequently, Wickus, accompanied by his team, travels to District 9. There, he instructs the aliens to vacate their current homes. He also provides them with information on how they will live in District 10. However, some of the aliens react with anger and confront him. Despite this resistance, Wickus remains steadfast and continues with his assigned task. During this period, we are introduced to an extraterrestrial named Christopher and his son. Christopher has harbored a long-standing ambition to escape Earth, and for many years, he has been diligently working with a friend to produce a special, black fuel. This unique fuel is essential because it is designed to power and start their alien spaceship. Christopher has dedicated years of effort to this project, and at last, the black fuel is ready. Christopher is overcome with joy, understanding that this means they can finally make their journey to a new home, a place where their alien companions reside. Wickus and his team eventually arrive at Christopher's house, but Christopher himself is not at home at that moment. Wickus is surprised to discover a small laboratory belonging to Christopher. He ponders what kind of activities the aliens are engaged in and what experiments they might be conducting there. As Wickus searches the lab, he locates the black fuel, which is contained within a spray bottle. By an unfortunate accident, some of this fuel splashes onto Wickus's face. Wickus immediately wipes his face clean and then, keeping the bottle, takes it with him. Soon after, Christopher's companion discovers that all their years of dedicated work have been undone because the precious black fuel has been stolen. He realizes that Wickus is the one who took it. Filled with fury, he confronts Wickus and his team, demanding the black fuel back. Wickus and his companions, however, are unable to understand what the alien is saying or to whom he is speaking. In the ensuing confusion, they shoot Christopher's friend, killing him. Christopher himself secretly observes this entire tragic event, but he does not intervene at that moment. Later, Wickus's physical condition begins to deteriorate significantly while he is in his office. He becomes alarmed when one of his fingernails spontaneously falls off. He immediately hurries to the washroom, only for another nail to detach. Wickus is utterly bewildered, unable to comprehend what is happening to his body. Overwhelmed by panic, he rushes to his house. Coincidentally, his wife has organized a party to celebrate his recent promotion to leader. During the celebration, his condition worsens dramatically. He begins to vomit a black liquid. Following this distressing episode, he faints. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself in a hospital. He is horrified to see that his hand has undergone a complete transformation, having turned entirely into an alien hand. Before Wickus can fully grasp the implications of this change, several individuals arrive and take him away. He is subsequently handed over to the very company where he works. This is the same company that was performing experiments on aliens, and now, Wickus himself is subjected to their experimental procedures. Here, Wickus witnesses numerous deceased alien bodies. He immediately understands that this is the place where the illegal experiments on aliens were being conducted. At this point, he still remains unaware that the company's primary motivation for these experiments is to acquire the alien weapons. In a crucial test, when the scientists attempt to use an alien weapon with Wickus's newly transformed alien hand, they are met with success. The weapon activates and begins to work. The entire team is overjoyed by this breakthrough. However, this success means that many more experiments are now planned for Wickus, procedures that could potentially cost him his life. The company's CEO is informed of these developments, but he displays complete indifference to whether Wickus lives or dies. His sole focus is the completion of his mission. Wickus, realizing that they intend to kill him, acts decisively. As a scientist approaches him, Wickus launches an attack and manages to escape from the facility. The news regarding Wickus is not favorable at all. It is even suggested publicly that there is a direct connection between Wickus and an alien, which is the reason for his alarming transformation. Wickus is deeply shocked and distraught to hear such things being said about himself. Wherever he goes, people recognize him and actively try to avoid him, fearing his changing appearance. Both the army and the company are relentlessly pursuing him, determined to capture him as quickly as possible. In these desperate circumstances, Wickus has only one place where he can hope to hide, District 9 *. Upon reaching the district, he calls his wife and explains everything that has happened to him, but she finds it impossible to believe his incredible story. Wickus becomes utterly distraught and overwhelmed with rage at himself. He picks up an axe, contemplating the extreme act of trying to sever his alien hand. Although he cannot muster the courage to cut off his entire hand, he manages to forcibly separate one of his fingers. This self-inflicted injury causes him excruciating pain. Soon after, he spots many helicopters flying overhead, clearly searching for him. He quickly finds a house to hide in for his safety. Inside, he encounters Christopher. Upon seeing Wickus's alien hand, Christopher immediately realizes that Wickus is the one who stole their vital black fuel. He questions Wickus about the fuel, but before Wickus can offer any explanation, he faints. Christopher then takes the unconscious Wickus to a secret laboratory he has constructed in the basement. Wickus eventually regains consciousness, and Christopher once again presses him about the black fuel. Wickus, however, refuses to disclose any information. Christopher then calmly states, "Okay, don't tell me, but I can make you well again." He clarifies that he will require the fuel to achieve this, adding, "If you want to recover, give me that fuel." Wickus, desperate for a cure, agrees to provide the fuel. However, the fuel is currently in the possession of the company, held within their lab. Retrieving it from there is incredibly dangerous, a mission almost certainly leading to death. Despite the extreme risk, Wickus is determined to get well at any cost, so they formulate a plan. Christopher informs Wickus that they will need weapons to carry out this plan. Christopher explains that the government had confiscated all their alien weapons, but suggests they can acquire some from the local gang of goons. When they approach the goons, the leader immediately recognizes Wickus as the half-alien man. The goon leader, still obsessed with using alien weapons, believes that if he cuts off Wickus's alien hand and consumes its meat, he will finally be able to use the alien weaponry. He orders his companions to separate Wickus's hand. However, during this chaotic moment, Wickus discovers an alien weapon. Using this weapon, he eliminates all the goons who are standing nearby. He then makes his escape with the alien weapon. But before he leaves, the goon leader issues a menacing warning, "I will find you." Armed with the powerful alien weapon, Wickus and Christopher the alien now move towards the company's building. They launch an attack on the people present inside, using the weapon with devastating effect. No one can effectively compete with them when they possess the alien weapon. Wickus and Christopher then proceed to the specific location where Wickus was previously held captive. There, they finally succeed in retrieving the fuel spray. The company's personnel are still in pursuit, so they swiftly return to Christopher's secret lab. Once they are back at the lab, Wickus anxiously asks Christopher how long it will take for him to fully recover once they reach Christopher's spaceship. Christopher's reply is disheartening for Wickus, almost 3 years. Wickus becomes worried and protests, saying, "You said you will make my hand fine. Now you are saying it will take 3 years and it's a long time period." Christopher explains his priority, stating, "I have to save my companions first." But Wickus insists, "You deal with me first and make me well, then you will go to your house and companions." Christopher firmly replies, "I can't leave my companions for someone else's experiment, as I have seen in the lab what is their behavior with aliens." He tries to reassure Wickus, saying, "Trust me, and I promise I will be back." He adds, "Right now, try to understand, it is important for me to leave." Overwhelmed with worry and frustration, Wickus strikes Christopher with a piece of wood, causing Christopher to faint. Wickus then descends into the lab, holding the fuel bottle, to the precise location where their engine is. Christopher soon regains consciousness, and at the same moment, the company's people arrive on the scene. Wickus hands the spray bottle containing the fuel to Christopher's son. As they apply the fuel, the engine immediately springs to life and begins working. Wickus is about to activate it fully, but suddenly, the earth starts to shake violently. The engine ascends upstairs. However, before it can successfully fly away, the company's forces launch a missile. The missile strikes the engine, causing it to blast and explode. The company's people manage to capture Wickus, but Christopher's son cleverly manages to hide. Meanwhile, a large group of goons arrives, and they forcefully take Wickus from the company's custody, bringing him to their leader. The goon leader addresses Wickus, declaring, "I said I will find you, and look, I did the same." They then prepare to take Wickus inside to cut off his alien hand. Just as they are about to perform this gruesome act, an alien robot suddenly attacks them. This powerful robot is being controlled by Christopher's son. It heroically saves Wickus by eliminating everyone around them. The robot opens up, and Wickus climbs inside, taking control of its operations. Even the company's people attack the robot, firing many bullets at it, but the robot remains unaffected. From inside the protective shell of the robot, Wickus broadcasts a message, stating, "I didn't do anything bad to others, so leave me alone and let me go." Hearing his plea, they cease firing, and Wickus departs from the scene. Following this, the company's people brutally beat Christopher and interrogate him about his plans. They are on the verge of killing him when he steadfastly refuses to divulge any information. At this critical moment, Wickus returns in the robot and rescues Christopher, eliminating all the company's personnel present. He then takes Christopher towards the damaged engine. They endure many attacks on their journey before finally reaching the engine, during which the robot sustains severe damage and eventually stops working. Wickus urges Christopher to leave, saying, "I will handle all of them." Christopher refuses, stating, "No, I will not go without you." But Wickus insists, "Do understand what I am saying and move to your home. As we have worked hard and I don't want our hard work to be wasted." Christopher makes a solemn promise to Wickus, "Okay, I promise I will be back after 3 years." After this, he bravely manages to reach the engine, escaping further attacks. With the help of the engine, he eventually reaches his alien spaceship. After Christopher's departure, Wickus continues to fight against many people, eliminating a significant number of them. Meanwhile, a car collides with him forcefully, sending him flying a considerable distance. His robot, already damaged, finally stops working completely because of this impact. Then, an officer from the company approaches him and discovers that Wickus is now visibly half human and half alien. Just as the officer is about to kill Wickus, many other aliens suddenly arrive and kill the officer instead. Wickus watches with immense joy as Christopher and his son successfully escape in the alien spaceship. The story then fast-forwards several months. Everyone is still talking about Wickus. He has gone missing, and his current whereabouts are unknown to anyone. Later, Wickus's wife is shown holding a delicate metal flower. She explains that she frequently receives these distinctive flowers and knows that it is Wickus who places them there for her. The final scene reveals an alien meticulously crafting a metal flower. Here, the astonishing truth is unveiled: this alien is none other than Wickus. He has undergone a complete transformation, changing entirely into an alien. Despite his altered form, he still holds on to the hope that Christopher will one day return and restore him to his former self. This is how the movie concludes.